As young people, one of the biggest parts of our lives are our relationships. They can dictate who we are in both good and bad ways. They can decide who the world views us as. They can be either our greatest tool or our greatest hindrance in our Christian walk. When you have good relationships, though, I promise that they will change your life. Relationships are the most important aspect of our lives, as we see in Scripture. Number one, salvation in and of itself is obtained through our relationship with God. Don't you think that He structured this way, that a relationship is our way to heaven? John 15:4 says, Christ says, abide in me and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. Christ calls us into this relationship, to be close, to abide in God. Matthew 6:6 says, but when you pray, go into your room and shut the door and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. Number one, we're encouraged to pray. This is communication with our God. That develops a relationship with Him. But not just that, to pray to Him in secret. This is a deep relationship that is between only you and God. It is an intimate relationship. Salvation in our daily Christian walk is defined by whether we take place in this relationship with our God above. Number two, the church is built around relationships. Romans 12:10 says, love one another with brotherly affection, outdo one another in showing honor. We are to love one another because it builds each other up. Acts 2:42 says, and they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and the fellowship, to the breaking of bread and prayers. In this context, they're talking about new Christians who are observing the ways that the apostles acted and the things that they taught at the time. Fellowship was a big part of the doctrine that they were spreading. The church was designed to give us relationships, to strengthen us, and to lead us to heaven. Number three, marriage is a relationship. Matthew 19:4-5 says, he answered, have you not read that he who created them from the beginning made them male and female, and said, therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Man and woman come together to become one flesh in a deep relationship. This is the way that God designed for us to have a tool to make it to heaven. That's what this relationship between the man and the wife is. We see throughout Scripture how important relationships are, and most of our life is built around them. But is it really important who our friends are? Solomon begins Proverbs by talking about staying away from evil companions. Solomon was a very wise man who asked for much wisdom. Let's read from Proverbs chapter 1, 10-15. He says, my son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood. Let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheol, let us swallow them alive and whole. Like those who go down to the pit, we shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us. We will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths. He warns us, don't walk in the way of these people, of these evil people. Stay away from them. They will lead you to death. Verse 16 says, their feet run to evil. This is not the kind of people that we want to stick around. This is a generic point talking about just an evil person, staying away from them, but this is a good building block to lay when we're deciding how we're going to choose our friends. In the converse, he says this about a good relationship. Proverbs 27:17 says, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. When we find our friends, this is what God expects of them. They should be iron. They should be strengthening us. Our lives are built around relationships. As young Christians, it's very vital to our faith that we have people to help us. We need good influences, and in the next video, we're going to be discussing how do we choose good friends. Please stick around for that video, and I hope you'll learn something from it.